There are some things in life you just kinda know, like how space movies are really just about space. They're about survival, loneliness, science, and often some very weird alien stuff. And when you hear that Ryan Gosling is starring in a film about a guy waking up alone on a spaceship with no memory and tasked with saving all of humanity, yes, you know, this thing is going to try to go big. The film we're talking about is Project Hail Mary, and even before it drops, it's already got people buzzing. Some are hyped, some are skeptical, but everybody's paying attention because this isn't just another space flick with flashing lights and dramatic stares. This one is based on a book by Andy Weir, the same guy who gave us The Martian, so naturally, expectations are sky high. At his core, the movie is about a guy named Ryland Grace who wakes up in a spaceship. He doesn't know where he is or what's he doing there. Slowly, he starts to remember. Turns out, he used to be a science teacher, not exactly your typical astronaut material, but somehow he ends up on a mission to save Earth. The sun is in trouble. A mysterious space microbe is draining its energy, and unless someone finds a solution, the whole planet's cooked. That's the premise. One guy, one ship, one chance to stop total extinction. The idea is heavy, but the film doesn't seem to take itself too seriously. There are moments of humor, bits of personal reflection, and even some unlikely friendship. Without diving too deep, let's just say, the movie doesn't shy away from mixing science with some seriously creative elements. There is a balance between emotional moments and nerdy problem solving that fans of the book will likely recognize right away. But here's the thing that's got everybody talking. The trailers gave away a lot, maybe too much. Instead of teasing the big reveals and letting people discover things naturally, they sort of dropped everything in plain sight. The big twists? Yep, already out there. And for the people who read the book and were looking forward to those big jaw-dropping moments on screen, that felt like a letdown. It's like unwrapping a birthday gift after someone already told you what is inside. Still exciting, maybe, but definitely not surprising. Visually, the movie looks slick. No one's denying that. The space scenes? Beautiful. The design work? Top tier. You can tell there's a serious budget behind this, and it shows. It is cinematic, glossy, and meant to be seen on a massive screen. If you're into visual storytelling or just want to stare at pretty things while someone does science in the background, this movie has you covered. Now about the tone. This is where things get a little messy. The film seems to bounce between emotional drama, quirky one-liners, and big science-heavy explanations. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it does create a bit of a tonal roller coaster. One moment, it feels like a deep existential journey. The next, it feels like a body comedy in space. And depending on what you're into, that mix will either keep you hooked or leave you a little confused. The lead role is clearly doing most of the heavy lifting here. The character has to carry a lot. The science, the story, the emotions, and based on what we know so far, there seems to be a solid balance of charisma, vulnerability, and curiosity that keeps the character relatable. You don't have to be a physics major to get invested. You just need to care about whether or not this guy makes it through. People are also wondering if the movie can live up to its source material. The book was packed with detailed explanation, trial and error problem solving, and a real sense of urgency. It wasn't just a space adventure, it was about thinking your way out of the impossible. And the worry is that the movie might try to streamline that too much, that it might trade depth for speed, that instead of showing the process, it'll just jump from one big moment to the next without letting anything breathe. And let's be honest, that happens a lot with adaptations, especially big budget ones. There is pressure to keep things moving, to keep the audience entertained. But sometimes, the real magic is in the quiet moments, in the slow realizations, in the little victories that happen along the way. Hopefully, this movie remembers that. Fan reactions so far have been a mixed bag. Some people are genuinely excited. They love the book, the pacing, the stakes. Others are feeling a little more cautious. They are worried the film might be too Hollywood, too predictable, too eager to check off all the big dramatic boxes without ending them. But here is the honest truth. Whether it lands or not, people are going to be talking about this movie because it is trying to do something bold. It's mixing big ideas with personal stakes. It's aiming for the heart and the brain at the same time. And even if it misses, you can still respect the attempt. There is also the question about how the general audience will respond. Not just fans of the book or sci-fi nerds, but regular people looking for a good story. Will they connect with it? Will they be pulled into the journey? Or will they find it too slow, too cerebral, or too strange? Hard to say, but the fact that it's even worth asking says a lot. And yes, there are probably going to be things that annoy you. Maybe the tone won't sit right. Maybe the plot will feel rushed. Maybe the big emotional moments won't quite land. But that's the risk you take with a movie that swings this big. Not every single thing hits, and that's okay. On the technical side, every single thing seems to be polished. The sound design, the visual effects, the production value, all top notch. If you're someone who appreciates craft, this movie should scratch that itch. You can tell a lot of talent went into putting this together. So what is the bottom line? Project Hail Mary might not be perfect. It might even be a bit messy in parts, but it's aiming for something real. It's not just another throwaway space flick. It's got ambition, it's got personality, and it wants to make you feel something, whether that's wonder, hope, fear, or just the thrill of seeing someone fight against impossible odds. It is trying, and that effort alone makes it worth watching. So no, you don't need to memorize every single scene. You don't need to know all the plot beats. You don't even need to love science fiction. You just need to show up, sit down, and let the story try to speak to you. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but at least it is reaching for something. And in today's world, that is pretty rare. Alright, that's all I've got. If you end up watching it, let me know what you personally think. If you skip it, that's cool too. Just don't say, I didn't warn you that things get weird in space. Alright, go do something useful or watch a space movie. Your call. Peace out.